See this. Yeah. Oh, okay. Saying this stuff. And yeah. Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Andrew Lalo, Shuti President. Wow, it's so good to see you on our regular webinar. And today actually is a very good topic because a lot of people don't really actually think about the gut can actually affect your blood pressure, affect your heart. And this is something that kind of a topic that hardly anybody talk about. But actually, there's a great connection. And that's why I thought that maybe perhaps today I start letting you more understanding the importance of the gut and make sure that you have enough good gut microbes. That means the bacteria in the gut and healthy, make it healthy so it affect your good uh, affect your gut development and also improve your blood pressure and your heart health and also a lot of time emotional health also. Now, let me share with you some of the interesting finding besides the science part. A lot of the Hong Kong people tend to be very stressful. And they kind of approach me and say, hey, I couldn't sleep. I'm stressed out. My stomach feel bloated. I felt, a lot of the gut issue, meaning that I will have constipation, even if time is diarrhea or stomach pain. The worst thing is they have a lot of different stomach pain. And this is a lot of people come from high executive or not even high executive, something working person, and even doctors. Surprising doctors. Okay, I have a few young doctor friends came over and say, I have a real problem, my gut pain. In a sense that constantly, giving me tight, bloated, and also sometimes even diarrhea and stomach pain. That in terms is, and all these are due to stress of Hong Kong people. Now, also, as you know, doctor actually in Hong Kong, if they work in a hospital environment, their diet is also very potential to be very poor. They don't get regular diet, especially when they're on call. And they're on call as much as 36 hours. They will eat the dinner at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's not kidding you, 2 a.m. And when I was I would say when I was ICER nurse, and a lot of the U.S. at the time I was in Hawaii, and a lot of the U.S. Interns working also very long hours, 30 some odd hours on call all the time. They usually sleep 2, 3 hours, and a lot of times they have hardly any food, or they will eat half a sandwich and they're rushed to another call, which has to be taken care of right away. So that became a tremendous issue for many of these doctors have gut issues. So, I was surprised that, wow, actually that's a real problem. A lot of people that come back and say, whoa, I have a important gut. I do have a lot of gut problems. And so I thought that today webinar should help you to alert a little bit more of, well, how do you work with this? How do you help to prevent all these gut issue and make you actually more healthy and decrease your blood pressure and also your improve your heart health. So that's what my intent today to alert you guys, and maybe perhaps with that you can able to better understanding and able to do more, and that result you'll be much more healthier. And that's my intent. Okay, so shall we start? Okay. So today our topic is really talk about how do you lower blood pressure from the gut itself. Okay, it's really interesting. A lot of people cannot didn't associate that, and they will have no idea. Yeah, sorry, I have a little bit allergy today again. Okay, so we talk about how to introduce, how the gut bacteria affect blood pressure. Yeah, sorry, and which food that will support your healthier gut and your heart. And simple lifestyle strategy change can start with you right away, and you can able to do that. And how to low using low shu tea can help you really. At the end of the day, this is a simple topic, but it can be very beneficial for you to better understand and maybe practice this just daily, simple, and then you can actually improve blood pressure, your heart health, and that's what we're trying to do today. Okay, so today I have a lot of people that I'm not familiar with, but I always catch up with them on four-stage diabetic. The first stage is when the LDL cholesterol goes up and it damages the B cells coming out from the pancreas, and B cells will take sugar to the cells. So when B cells start damage and not sugar going to the cells, then you have sugar circulate a lot more in the blood vessels. Now, problem will stop. LDL cholesterol and the sugar mixed together, then the vessels become a lot of plaques being formed. And the plaques from here will move very quickly to stage 2, which is blocking every vessels throughout the body. And as that result, the space of the vessels becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and result, your blood pressure goes up. So stage 2, blood pressure go up. You don't feel anything at the time, no issue. And so net result, you same old lifestyle, no change. Very quickly, you move yourself to stage 3, which is the what they call a stage there where you have a pre-diabetic stage, whereby your blood sugar, everybody will have blood sugar, and they will measure the amount of blood sugar. The doctor will find out how do you become a pre-diabetic. They know through taking a blood sample, is called HbA1c. Typical people call them A1C. They measure your hemoglobin and percent of sugar attached to this hemoglobin. So if you have 5.7 below, you are a normal person. But if you're 5.7 and above to 6.4, you are a pre-diabetic. Now, the sad part is during pre-diabetic stage, you have no medication. Basically, the doctors say, hey, you are pre-diabetic now. You have to start changing your lifestyle. You have to take low-carb food. You have to take Uh, you have to do exercise, you have to lower your weight, you have to lower your weight or BNI all the way to 23 and lower. If your BNI is 30 and so forth. And you really have to do a lot more exercise, meaning 10,000 steps a day. Now, you may hear all that, but your motivation to do things might be very limited because you don't feel anything. You feel like you're okay. So if you continue that lifestyle, no change, you know what? In 3 years, so you become a diabetic because A1C will just continue to move upward. And one thing can really help you is low shu tea, which is what we'll talk about later on. How to help you? It will actually lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. A lot of people in Hong Kong now, they actually drink low shu tea when even the LDL cholesterol increase, because LDL cholesterol will actually lower by low shu tea. I'll show you how. Next, I will do next slide. And basically, in low shu tea, there are two things. One is guava leaves and bitter melon. Guava leaf delay the sugar going to your gut vessels, so you less sugar in the vessels. And the bitter melon, which increase the insulin sensitivity, so take back the sugar to the cell. So sugar being used in the cell, so you get fuel, and that means you get more energy, don't feel tired. But the wonderful thing is excess sugar and also the LDL cholesterol and salt will be dumped off through the urine. When urine dump off, you know what? your three high will go lower. Your sugar lower, your cholesterol lower, and your blood pressure will be lower because salt go down, blood pressure go down. Plus, they will actually help you to detox. So low sugar tea is not really a drug; it's just a supplement, and it is help you definitely naturally, no caffeine, and lower your three high, which is sugar, cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and blood pressure. But we don't want to just you to do just drink tea. We want you to actually start changing your lifestyle. That's why we have all these lectures to teach you how to take low carb and low fat diet, how to do your exercise, 8 to 10,000 steps a day, walking in the shopping mall, whatever, and easy exercise. You can get a step master with a barbell. Just do this up and down, to half an hour. You actually lose 300 calorie or more. Plus, you actually burn off excess sugar. We also ask you to do your weight, BMI. Your BMI should be less than 23. So basically, if you're 30, you need to continue to move your weight down. Now, if you move 10% down your weight now, your A1C will drop 1%, which is really good. Mm. Seeing a little bit allergy today. And so also you have to start tracking your blood sugar, tracking your blood pressure. So that way you can able to understand where you're at. Now we have a lot of customer, A1C at 10 plus and above, it dropped down to 5.7 or at least 6%. Now we also have all these lectures. If you want to take this picture, take this now, because you can click this QR code. You can review all these lectures from my previous 400 something lectures in there. And you can also look at the YouTube's www.youtube.com and then slash CTTs, CTTEAS LOWSUTEA/video. So you can able to just type that in, you will see all of the lectures there. So you can able to, in your spare time, do whatever when you are ready to go and you can see it. Okay, let's go into dive deep into our lecture today. So what is blood pressure? Why blood pressure really matter? Now, blood pressure, a lot of people don't realize, is called a silent killer because many people do not feel any symptom. They have high blood pressure. Even because of that, they're slowly damaging all the different type blood vessels over time. And on top of that, if you start damaging, they can be the blood vessel can be narrowing, so you can start getting blockage, and eventually you get very high serious health issue because you can end up with heart attack, you can have stroke, you can have kidney disease. So blood pressure is very important. One of the things that you got to monitor, don't let it go up to more than 120 or 130 max when you're older, because if you get more up there, then the chances you have all kind of health issue will follow through. And so then you say, well, hey, how the blood pressure connecting to my gut and connected to my heart, how the hell that happened? So let's take a look a little bit about the gut and heart connection first. Now, as you know, the gut and the heart actually play a great connection, and it's a very important. The heart is one of the most important organs. You must keep it healthy. And the gut also involve a lot of things, can control your blood pressure or help you to be, all these bacteria grow in there, help you with the digestion. All that it comes from the gut, okay? And a lot of people don't realize you have trillions of microbes living in intestine, meaning there's good bacteria. You need to have good bacteria in the gut. And this gut microbes is actually help you do a lot of digestions, process your body. If you have with all these processing, it decreases inflammation, help you metabolize, help your blood vessel function better. And on top of that, with that, they actually help you to influence your blood pressure. Okay, so gut microbes are extremely important to have great amount, a certain good amount, and net result it helps you to whole process the metabolism of your body with a food intake, and that result you create a healthy environment for the gut to develop, and you have better, for example, stool, you don't have constipation, you don't have diarrhea. So gut and heart is actually has a connection, and gut, you got to have good microbes, and that's the key. Okay, so how the gut bacteria help your heart? Now, first of all, your gut microbiome will break down the fibers, and it will change to the short chain fatty acid. Now, this short chain fatty acid help to reduce inflammation, and also it support the vessel function, and it does control your blood sugar and cholesterol. So importantly, you have good microbe that break down fibers that you eat. So and it form into the short chain fatty acid, and it's a tremendous biological function, play a role to keep your body healthy. So that's why you gotta have good microbes, and good many of them in your gut. Now, but on the other hand, what happened? Your gut become unbalanced. It's not healthy, and you not no longer produce a lot of good microbe. Now, then it really overall affect your total health, and this is due to, for example, poor diet. In other words, you are eating a lot of like processed food, hot dog, a lot of sugar thing, donuts, a lot of salt. That's reduced the bacteria growth, the good bacteria growth. At the same time, it's also allowed a lot of the harmful microbe to grow. So net result, you trigger a imbalance of this microbes. So net result, you start getting the body inflammation stuff making more prominent, and that actually, as the body start inflaming, it will affect your blood vessel circulations, the blood vessels, and also the circulation, the blood circulation. So over time, that all these inflammation and less microbes, a good microbe, and more harmful microform, then actually it affect to increase the high blood pressure, and eventually also because of the high blood pressure to lead to more potential heart disease. So this is a very important link actually. So you don't want to take really poor diet. That's why diet becomes very important, because you want to continue to grow more better bacteria than instead of poor bacteria. Now, then we talk about the gut, but also when you have mental issues, meaning you have depression, stress, all that will also affect your heart, your gut, and that all come together. And we'll talk about a little bit more. But first, we'll talk about if you are mentally stressed and you're depressed. And mentally depressed will affect your blood pressure, because because when you are depressed, your blood pressure actually goes up. Reason is that depression increase stress hormone. The cortisol hormone will start coming up, and you have get a lot of stress, increased blood pressure, it trigger inflammation, whole body start inflaming, and also affect heart rhythm, and also affect your blood vessels. Now, you remember, people who feel, so depressed, you know what happened? Your blood pressure is actually at that time will start going up. And you will start finding that when you're depressed, you also feel your heart pump bigger, faster. Boom, boom, boom. The palpitation come around. So all that is a threat. If you continue to be depressed for a long period of time, then you, because of your emotional health, it actually affect your heart. So that's why this is important to understand. Depression does affect your heart and blood pressure. So now let's talk a little bit in the big picture, how the gut, brain, and heart connected together. Okay, this is an important slide because, the brain will affect the heart, as also affect the gut. All they will work, and they're all connected. And the brain will communicate with the gut bacteria and get microbes influenced by the mood chemical, and stress can disrupt the gut balance. Okay, so all that, when you have this, imbalance because of your stress, because of mood, then it causes inflammations, increase the whole body, and then eventually potential effect is the blood vessels and the heart health in a longer period of time. So that's why you have to continue to keep yourself good good gut bacteria. You have to have good mood to continue to have good blood pressure and eventually have also good heart health. So we'll talk now about the heart now. So what kind of sign and symptom you have to watch? Now, the sad part about when your gut or your blood pressure and the sad part about is when your blood pressure going up, they really had very limited sign. And that's why they said high blood pressure often is a silent killer. And many people, since they don't experience any signs, so they usually just continue on their normal lifestyle and do not do anything. However, sometimes when you have high blood pressure, you also start getting some symptom, and usually those symptoms are sometimes people tend to ignore, but you gotta watch. For example, you have frequent headaches, you're starting fatigue, you started shortness of breath, for example, or dizziness. So net result, you have that is not only saying that this is high blood pressure, they maybe start getting some heart affected now because now you have frequent headache, fatigue, shortness of breath, dizziness. So meaning that your heart health is being affected, and net result, you really need to now check with your doctor, especially an elderly person. When you have that frequent headache, fatigue, and short of breath, you need to start checking with your doctor to find out, well, what is really happening. Is it blood pressure, or is your heart, or both start coming, and it's coming to starting off some potential long-term problems that come along. And that's now we have talked about some heart effect, blood pressure effect. So now you have to look at, how about digestions? What kind of clues I could start find out my gut is not doing well? Now, usually the gut health warning sign comes out will be like frequent bloating. In other words, you feel, the stomach don't feel too good. Either constipation, diarrhea, or you have a lot of excess gas, and your acid reflux. That means you have start getting heartburn and all these things. So actually, a lot of these people who are stressed at work, like my doctor friends, who sleep very late because of on call, a lot of stress from their doctor practice, executive, they tend to have more of these kind of problems: frequent bloating, constipation, excess gas, and acid influx and heartburn. So if that's the case, you also really need to ask yourself, hey, maybe I have this issue. I need to start maybe seeing a doctor, and maybe I need to start changing my lifestyle, including getting more diet and fiber intake, overall lifestyle change and more relaxed. And maybe then I can able to improve my balance of the gut microbes, and that result I will less of this symptom. So at the time that when you get this kind of symptom, you need to start working to basically do something about it. And those are being diet, fiber, better fiber, more fiber intake, and lifestyle change. Okay, so we'll talk about lifestyle change. So really, how do you do that on your diet change? Because better diet get better microbes. So you really gotta get the food that will breed or grow more good bacteria. You might say that, why you need a good bacteria? Well, that's the major thing is if you get good bacteria, nurture these good bacteria, you can actually have a good compound to create better digestion, reduce inflammation, and help regulate your blood pressure. So you really got to choose what is the healthy food to help you to create this better gut environment and a healthy heart to give you continue to have a good healthy heart. Well, the diet is very simple. It's basically you have to have a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetable, a lot of beans and legume and whole grain. So all these things you see here, and it's really good to continue to drive to eat more of that to support your plant-rich diet that give you both good gut health and blood pressure control. A very simple diet. You can just do this, and it's not hard. And if you can practice that, you have very good, uh, you know, um, uh, gut health bacteria to be grow and nurture and eliminate many of the symptoms that I mentioned about bloating and diarrhea, constipation, all that. Now, very important, fibers is one of the important items to give you good bacteria because basically the fiber support the healthy blood pressure, and the fiber also feed the bacteria gut microbes. Net result, you decrease the body inflammations, and from there, then you have healthier blood vessels and better circulation. So over time, they help you regulate your blood pressure and protect the heart. Now, so important, really, at the end of the day, fiber is a big thing. If you are diabetic, you got to eat a lot of fibers too, because basically fiber give you all the good nutrient, but it doesn't raise your blood sugar. So, and it feed you a better benefit to your bacteria in the gut. And that result, you get generate better health of the whole body. So fiber is very, very important for your gut development and also even if you're diabetic. Now, some of the things you have to stop or have to lower on your diet because these are the products that will actually harm your healthy gut bacteria. And that will be like salt, and you want to reduce salt intake because what happens is that when you have a lot of salt intake, actually reduce the microbes, the good microbe, and also it increase the harmful bacteria start forming. With salt, you also retain more fluid. Net result, you increase your blood pressure going up. And net result, with the blood pressure going up, you also increase the heart health risk. Meaning, if you have a good blood pressure, your heart will be good, right? But when you increase, the heart become more stressful. And net result, your heart health, actually the risk will be increased. So decrease as much salt as possible intake is so important. So the question you ask is, what else I can do to help me to grow more beneficial microbe, the good gut microbe? And you want to have food to support your gut bacteria a lot better. One of them is actually yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut. All these things are actually good to help you increase the good bacteria in the gut. And healthy gut environment, again, It'll give you better digestion, lower inflammation, and that result improve your heart health. So again, we found food besides fiber. We also know now other items such as yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut. All these are really important for you to improve better bacteria. Now, also other things we talk about besides food is important. You have to exercise that improve gut health. Now, if you are doing better exercise every day, you have at least half an hour to 45 minutes to 1 hour, you actually affect your gut microbes in many, many good ways. Because when you exercise, you improve the microbe diversity in the gut, and more diverse microbe often like to better digestion, reduce inflammation, and physical activity also help lower blood pressure and improve the circulation because you're moving around, and your circulation become better. So even simple activities like walking, cycling, even light exercise can support a healthy gut and heart over time. As I mentioned, some of the customer asked me, it's so hot in Hong Kong, how am I going to go out exercise? Well, if you don't want to go to do shopping mall, walking, it's very simple. Buy a Stepmaster. And you just do this every day for half an hour to 45 minutes. And that result of that, you will have at least, excuse me, sorry, I have an allergy today. Oh, no. Okay. And just doing this Stepmaster with a barbell going up and down this way, and you do it half an hour, when a barbell going up and down and this way, you actually open up a lung, you actually strengthen your gait and your movement, and you burn 300 calories in just half an hour. So it will help definitely improve your gut microbes diversity, lower blood pressure, lower your blood sugar, and you do also support your gut and heart health. So very simple. Not have to go to a gym. You can do it at home and buy a Stepmaster. Now it's less than $30. I think you can get one in many places. So really practice that. And really nice is when you do this exercise, you can continue watch your TV you want to, your favorite program. So you don't have to just sit there and watch TV. Now you can do activities with TV. When you're elderly, it's so important to continue to do this kind of stuff. Reason is, if you move more, you strengthen your leg muscles. And that result, you don't trip and fall. And that is so important. And matter of fact, even very small, this type of exercise is very passive and it's not strenuous. And you will actually have tremendous health benefits out of that. Now, we talk about really at the end of the day, besides all the food diet, but emotional health is so important. So you really have to actually manage your stress and depression, because stress and depression does affect your blood pressure, your gut health, your heart health, all that come together. So how do you do that? So you can maybe do meditation, you can pray, you can deep breathing, like this, deep breathing, and you do it, 20 times a day, and you have to do relaxing exercise. And so net result, all that is support your emotional well-being. And if you have good emotional well-being, you will get healthier blood pressure, and you have also overall heart health also will be improved. So really at the end of the day, it's not only food, you have to do emotional stress management. So now we talk a lot about all we talk about. Now let's summarize a little bit. You have to start forming a healthy daily habit for your healthy gut. How do you do that? Now, very simple. You eat more plant food, meaning you have more salad, more fruits. You have to increase your fiber intake, You don't want to take a lot of salt. Matter of fact, limit salt as much as you can. And no more processed food like hot dog, salami, very salty food. And you got to do exercise. As I mentioned, since I can walk, can do step master, could be do the barbell, up and down for 30 to 45 minutes and manage your stress and do deep breathing, meditations, things like that will totally this program. If you do above, it definitely have helped to improve your gut health, and it will able to give you better heart health. So it's just a simple daily routine change. It will improve your gut microbiome, get more better bacteria, and your health, your blood pressure will be definitely also improved. So very simple. It can be done. It's actually, you could able to do it, start today and get it done first. So get back to big picture, what it is. So healthy gut is equal to healthy heart. And you take care of gut may also protect your heart and reduce long-term disease risk like heart attack, stroke, and so forth. Oh, good. Oh, today I have a bad allergy. And you have also your gut will affect, if you improve your gut, you will not have issue inflammation, blood vessel dysfunction, and your gut will have give you a better gut, you have better gut pressure regulation. So really important is if you can do that, definitely you have a much healthier gut, and that result it will help you the whole body with a better healthy body, and decrease your problem heart disease and so forth. Now, so takeaway, you got to remember three things. The gut bacteria do influence your blood pressure. A lot of people don't realize that. Now you know. And you want depression and stress does affect your heart and your gut health. So you have to manage that stress and emotion. And diet and lifestyle change can lower your risk because more bacteria, more better digestion, less problem with gut problem like stomach pain and so forth. And so improve gut health can also manage your stress. You can also manage your stress, and you gotta choose a healthier food like more fibers, more vegetable, and this will actually support both your digestion and your heart health. So really at the end of the day, why drink low sugar tea? Well, low sugar tea definitely help you to lower your blood sugar, blood lipid, and support your cardiovascular health, and also improve overall physical fitness. And all that can help you achieve a better health. And you want to make sure take more low sugar tea because this is not a drugs, it's only a food that it had no sugar and no calories, and basically just promote healthy eating. Is like a food, right? So that result, you also have high antioxidant, and also you drink low sugar tea is also boost your metabolism. So really, at the end of the day, it give you a very good balance health drinks that give you lower your three high benefit and overall health. Okay, so in conclusion, we know gut health influence your heart health. If you have bacteria in your digestion system, it does lower the inflammation. It helps you regulate inflammation. It give you better blood vessel function and better blood pressure. So you have to have more good bacteria in your digestive system. An unhealthy gut, unfortunately, it increases blood pressure, especially if you have poor diet, you take a lot of salt, and the stress, lack of fiber, all that, then actually not giving you good bacteria, give you a lot of bad bacteria, and it's not good for you. And mental health, definitely you have to have good mental health because if not, it will affect your heart health. So your depression or chronic stress can affect your gut-brain heart connection, and that result increase poor blood pressure, and that result your heart health will be also not going to be good. So with that, you have to start changing your lifestyle to improve your gut health and heart health. Very simple. Eat more rich fiber food. You got to exercise at least 10,000 steps, if not do tap a day, or do step master. You have to reduce your salt intake, manage your stress. And that result, you get better, healthier blood pressure and better heart health. And it's very easy. It's a small daily habit change. And in that result, you can get a big difference, because with that, you have just changing a diet, more fibers, more fiber, and more fruit, vegetable intake, and with a lot of activities such as exercise, decrease your stress, so you better stress management. All that end up with strengthening your gut microbes, better bacteria, and over time will protect your heart overall. And it's so important, because when you protect your heart in good health, you know what? You live longer, and you'll be much healthier, and you can always can do a lot more things and enjoy lifestyle. And we want you to be able to see your grandchildren for a number of years, and you can also go to travel, enjoy, because your heart health is good, your gut health is good, your blood pressure is good, and your blood sugar is good because you're drinking blue tea. All right, today's webinar is this, and if you have any question, write to me, Andy at wahfong.com, Andy at wahfong.com. Write to me or WhatsApp me. 852-6792-8891. We would love to answer your question, and looking forward to see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care, and thank you again for joining our webinar. Hope that you can continue practice, small practice to start off you have with a gut health, and that will be wonderful. Take care. Bye-bye.